Welcome, travelers. The coffee's hot! The signal is coming through. It's time for morning dive and a coffee! Woo! Wake up screaming through the morning haze. Sun's coming up on the old highway. Chrome shining bright on a brand new day. Pull into the diner, take a seat inside. Coffee on the table, join us for the ride. Caffeinated frequencies, it's just right. Neon signs glowing in the morning sun. Another day starting, another adventure's begun. There's a cowboy broadcasting from far away with 1,000-year story to tell today. Cowboy Dan signal crosses the line from the year 3020 back through time. A head in a jar with a dream to share. Sending stories through the digital air. Morning dive and a coffee. Pull up a chair and spend some time. Morning dive and a coffee. Pour another cup, let the conversation roll. Old memories, new stories, and a curious soul. From the open road to the edge of the sky, we're taking the dive, so come along for the ride. Morning dive and a coffee. Fuel the machine and ignite the day. Morning dive and a coffee. Around the corner comes the morning's crew. Familiar faces with a story or two. Dollar bin Dan's got treasures to share. Comic book memories floating through the air. Flipping through pages, chasing the past. Finding old heroes that forever last. From classic adventures and legends untold to the stories that made us brave and bold. Around this Route 66 diner table we meet with coffee, laughter, and a front row seat. No map required, no road signs needed. Just follow the stories wherever they're leading. From the cartoon realm where the impossible lives, to the future where the signal still gives. A little bit cowboy, a little bit strange. 1,000 years later, some things never change. The wheels keep turning, the radio plays. We're chasing memories through the highways. Morning dive and a coffee. Pull up a chair and spend some time. Morning dive and a coffee. Coffee cups shaking, the jukebox sings. Talking about heroes and forgotten things. Through every story, every laugh, every mile, the morning keeps rolling with a classic style. Morning dive and a coffee. Join the ride and stay a while. Morning dive and a coffee. The coffee is hot. This is Morning Dive and a Coffee.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. KJCowboyDan here, and as usual, hanging out with Dollar Bin Dan. Ooh, it's gonna be one of them weeks. I'm looking forward to it. The beginning of my subathon. We are going to be streaming all month long, different topics, different activities. I have planned some Minecraft gaming challenges, going to do multiple sessions of attempting to beat the game. Have a couple of new games I'm going to be playing this month, and also a lot of new content that I'm going to be just doing that just for August. Looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, Cowboy. How you doing?
Wild. It's been a wild week, wild month for me, but I've been doing pretty good. Kind of disappointed that I missed out on hitting up San Diego. But kind of miss hitting up the ComicCons this year. Hopefully, though, later on this in September, I'll be able to hit up Baltimore Comic Con. So maybe
Yeah,
I'll be able to do that one.
I missed both of our local shows here this year, so I'm pretty bummed about that. But I heard that San Diego was pretty wild this year. Had a lot of stuff come out.
Well, they had quite a few people that showed up, allegedly unexpected. You know, Ryan Reynolds showed up, and we had I can't even think of his name right offhand. Johnny Depp showed up as well. Hey,
right.
good morning. User forgotten has we have not forgotten, and we never will. Good morning, Dans. We'll
Good
take
morning
the
to you,
good morning. You know what? I've been thinking about this. I was almost going to make a parody version of our theme song and change the graphic to morning Dans and a coffee, because it's just two Dans.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, so we got my boy hanging out in chat as well. How are you doing? We're gonna be doing a hide and seek game here in the next couple of days, probably on a Wednesday. Look forward to that. I sent you the link if you want to join. If you want to join us, I sent you the link if you want to join. Anyhow, so like I was saying, I've been just like trying to get this whole subathon ready, and then I was thinking about ComicCon, and then I know that I'm going to be hitting up, or at least I'm hoping to hit up Baltimore Comic-Con. And Baltimore Comic-Con is going to be a good one. We're going to have some people from Babylon 5 are going to be there. Also, we're going to have people from over at Baltimore Comic-Con. They're going to have people from a few other Starbucks going to be there from the 90s Battlestar Galactica. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one, at least be able to go over to what was one of the OG comic book conventions of Baltimore. Not one of the OG comic book conventions, but one of the ones from Baltimore. I haven't had a chance to go to that one yet anyway, so hopefully get to hit that up. A lot of news in the comic book world too came out at Comic Book Con in San Diego. We'll be talking about that here in a minute. So pick up any good books at the comic book shop?
Actually, I've doing some JSA stuff. I found a huge stack of my son is collecting the Blackest Night and Brightest Day runs from Green Lantern, trying to get all the books. I think it comes out to something like 200 individual issues. And we got a big chunk of that this weekend, and a couple of issues of JSA for me. I love the Jeff Johns, James Robinson era of JSA. Just great reading.
Justice Society.
Oh yeah.
I do like Justice Society. It has more of a classic feel, like depending on who you have on the team at the time. I always felt like Justice League became a little overdone. But you know, I always felt like they went into too many directions with Justice League. Justice Society, they didn't like kind of oversaturate it with different titles.
Yeah,
which is one thing I liked about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good clean read.
Yeah. I find like I want to pick up a series, and like if I like the series, I'm gonna want to read like all the titles that they put out there. That was one of the hard things. We were talking about this last week with Spider-Man. You know, you had the Web of Spider-Man, you had Amazing Spider-Man, you had the Spectacular Spider-Man, and all these different Spider-Man titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these
I tell you
different
what,
Spider-Man titles.
yeah, collecting comics in the 90s was wild. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you had 4 Spider-Man books. Batman had 3 or 4 books. Superman had 3 or 4 books. So if you had to,
Oh,
if you were just
yeah.
collecting one character, you had to collect like 3 or 4 different titles.
Yeah, and it gets a little hard to follow, you know. So that's one thing I did like about Justice Society. Like Justice Society did stick around to like very limited runs of like how many titles that they're putting out there. And I liked that. It was very clean. Also, their storylines seemed to be pretty straightforward and clear as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, less popular books have a lot more leeway as far as the stories that they can tell because, you know, the big sellers, they try to keep them pretty generic so that everybody will like to read them. But the more niche stuff to me sometimes gets a little more interesting.
Yeah, I kind of think that's a similar thought process for me. That's how it was when I was getting into certain DC titles back in the 90s. Back then, like I noticed like it was easier for me to get into a lot of these secondary titles like Teen Titans wasn't the same as it is now. Like nowadays they kind of like overpopulate the Teen Titans stuff, you know. But back in the mid 90s when you had like Robin like doing the whole Nightwing thing, like, and like I liked his costume then before they went about the Joel Schumacher take on Robin, you know.
Yep.
I liked the like those titles. People were didn't really like look at the Teen Titans the way they look at them now, and so like it was a lot easier title to read. And Justice League like was only just becoming repopular because of that TV series and with Batman the animated series and the Superman animated series.
Yep.
Yes, indeed, do, Dr. Fox. We got 2 Dans this morning.
Howdy, Doc.
Indeed. Yeah, Dr. Fox, VTuber. For those people who out there, give him a follow. He's got some good content out there. A lot of music. Sometimes 3D virtual reality stuff as well. Got to check out his content if you haven't already. Yeah, so they have they will be releasing on September the 17th, will be Transformers, the movie from the 1980s, completely remastered and re-edited. They've added a new scene, allegedly, and everybody's looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking about this actually going to be a movie that I'm going to like go out of my way to see in theaters. They say it's going to hit a limited run at the movie theaters. I know
I didn't realize that part.
Alamo theaters are going to be showing it.
Ooh.
Was that?
I didn't realize that part, that it was going to be a theatrical release. I thought they were just going to dump it onto streaming.
Yeah, it's going to be a theatrical release. Yeah.
I can't wait to refresh my trauma over Optimus Prime drying.
Oh, I know, right? Seeing his gray, lifeless body.
That shattered me.
And then getting mad that, oh, I know, right? And it's like that's like the big time that you see it, and then they kill him off again in the TV series the second time. You know, you see him die twice on that show. It was very traumatizing. Then I got mad because, like, I'm really gonna make Hot Rod the leader of the team? You know, Ultra Magnus, that was handpicked by Optimus Prime to, you know, and he couldn't even open the Matrix.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Bumblebee should have taken it because, you know, he was basically the second in command. He was the most popular character outside of Optimus.
Yeah. I would have rather Jazz taken it over Bumblebee, though.
No, what we needed was
but
Ratchet as leader of the Autobots.
yeah. Okay, I could go with Ratchet, you know. But yeah, no, I was very upset that Hot Rod became Rodimus Prime.
Yeah, I don't think that lasted very long.
No, I think it lasted that just the season 3 of G1 Transformers. I think it was just season 3.
Hmm.
I could be wrong on that aspect, but I think it was just season 3, or at least part of season 3. And that's pretty much it. But speaking of Transformers, you know, today is the birthday of the voice of Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen. Yeah. Happy birthday, Peter Cullen.
Yep.
Autobots, roll out. You know, Peter Cullen's birthday is today. He's got to be like in his 70s.
Oh, easy. Because didn't he
Yeah,
retire the role of Optimus?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. I'm double checking, but I think he's like in his 70s. He can't be. He's not. I don't think he's a spring chicken anymore. I mean, 85 years old today. Yeah. Canadian voice actor Peter Collins is 85 years old. Wow.
Good on you, man. I hope I make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? That's a good life, especially when you're known for being the classic voice of Optimus Prime on multiple series.
One of the most beloved characters in popular fiction.
I think he retired the voiceover. Let's see, he was on 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 series of 5 incarnations of Transformers.
Plus the Michael Bay movies. He did the voice.
And he did the Michael Bay movies, so I guess he did the whole run. I guess he did the whole run, unless they have another series out that I'm not familiar with.
That's a long time to voice the same character, man. I wonder if anybody else has topped that record.
I don't know. Voice acting wise, that's a lot of screen time playing the same character.
Because the guy that did the voice of Mario for the Nintendo games was the same up until just a couple of years ago. He just retired, but like every incarnation of Mario, he's done the voice for. So maybe something like him.
Oh, really?
Somebody like him, or
even in the games, not like Captain Lou or anything. Not like, because I know Captain Lou did it for that TV series back in the 80s, or at least he did. I don't know if he did the voice for the cartoon character on the TV show, but I know that Captain Lou Albano was a Mario.
Well, I don't think he did it for like any of the animated series or live action or anything. I think he was strictly for the Nintendo game productions.
Oh, right. Okay.
That whole "It's a me, Mario," that's always him.
Yeah. It's a me, Mario. Now that'll be stuck in my head all day long.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. I'm just sitting there beating my head against the table to the tune of Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. Oh, you want to get on a Super Mario Brothers theme song version of that stuck in your head? There's this Japanese kid, maybe I think he's Japanese. Believe he might be, but he's a beatboxer, and I found like him beatboxing the entire Super Mario Brothers games, all the games, the theme songs to every single one of the games and different renditions of them. He beatboxed every single one, and apparently did it like live in concert in Japan. And you can see it on YouTube. I'll have to send you the link. It's wild.
Cool.
Yeah. So Comic-Con, a lot of news came out at Comic-Con. Apparently, we were talking backstage that Todd McFarlane said that he has a movie in the works, and that's all he said about that. And he also said that there is a finalized, finished editing, hand-drawn cartoon in the reminiscence of the 1990s style cartoon. And he had paid to have it finished and edited out of his own pocket, and it's currently vaulted. That's wild. We were talking about that off stage. Apparently it's vaulted because of contractual issues. Now, I know a lot of people want to see that come out because that was a good show back then. We saw it on 8 home box office, and I believe they showed it as well on MTV as well.
Yeah, that show got rave reviews, and I remember it was pretty much a straight adaptation of the comic. Like they just literally made 30-minute episodes out of each issue of like the first 6 issues of Spawn.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they can't do that half the time. You know, I mean, other than like contractual issues with characters, like when you see like comic book movies or comic book cartoons, you never see a frame for frame direct adaptation, and that's pretty much what they do with Spawn. Is they made everything to the way I remember reading it. I think it came out better than I remember reading it, with the clown and
the Violator.
Man, it just it, like, for some reason that sent me back remembering things like I literally had like a fever when I enjoyed watching that.
Really?
Classic. But they said that he had it paid for himself to have it finished, and they put it in a vault because they can't release it, or they having contractual issues releasing it. I'm hoping that Todd McFarlane's able to get past that, because I would like to see it. Mark Hamill plays Twitch in that.
Yeah, and they got Keith David back to do Al.
Yeah, and Keith David as well. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that they do something about that. If you guys want to, I will link the article I have, which is a CBR.com article. So I'll add that to the description later, and you guys can read the article. But he announced this at Comic-Con San Diego. He's also talking about looks like Spawn 77, where he's going to do either a series or a movie based off of multiple Spawns throughout history. Looks interesting, and we've already seen a few comic books where they do that with Cowboy Spawn, King Spawn, and Cosmic Spawn.
There's a medieval Spawn too, isn't there?
So, yeah, that's medieval Spawn. I called him King Spawn for some reason. But Mark Hamill is in that cartoon. I really want to see it. I really hope that they find a way to be able to release that. I'm pretty sure that he will, you know,
I just hope
he pretty much took that character and did a lot with. Oh yeah.
If he paid for all that out of his pocket, that's crazy. That's big money.
Otherwise, that's a big, pretty much paying for something like that out of your own pocket. That's like a big personal project if you don't get your money back on it.
Yep.
Real quick before we go on to other Comic Con news, I want to say thank you to Morgan Comics for sharing out today's post about today's show. That you're really awesome. Also, Polish Tamales, thank you for getting the word out there about the show. And Kidult, always a pleasure to see your art out there. For those people who are not familiar with Kidult, go to the Twitter and see his awesome cinematic photos of toys. His most recent one is He-Man. He shared out our post for today as well. Check out other toys that he's been doing cinematic photos of as well. Check out Kidult on the Twitter. Also, want to say thank you to the Monarch for sharing out our show. TCG dude who's hanging out and chat with us. Thank you for joining us. And I believe that's about everybody on that side. And the Devil Bird as well. And real quick, we have hanging out in our chat here on the show. We have TCG dude pulling double duty. As we said earlier, we have Dr. Fox, the one and only Moonlit Neko, and we have our boy Captain Garatina hanging out in chat as well as, and also the one and only DJ Plain Ice, who wants to remind you guys to make sure that you share out the show and let everybody know that you're here watching. So, other news from Comic-Con, real quick, before we get to the comic book worthy news, because Comic-Con apparently has turned into movie trailer con. We have found out that the next set of movies that we're going to be seeing on Amazon is a return to the Power of the Ring. The season 3 of that show has been confirmed. Now, I watched the first 2 seasons of that show, and I wasn't really the biggest fan of it, but a lot of people liked it. Did you see the Power of the Ring?
No, I could not get into the Rings of Power at all. It was
Yeah,
it
the
looked
Rings of
kind of
Power.
hokey.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, even though it kind of bombed, from what I understand, with all the angry videos out there on the YouTube about the first season, the second season they released quietly and nobody even talked about that I heard. And now season 3 is being released. I don't know how many seasons or what the contract is that Amazon has. If they keep making it, they'll just they keep the contract, and I don't know what the deal is with that, or if they're going to if that's the last season that they're going to get and then it reverts back to the Tolkien estate. But apparently season 3 is coming out on that, and I do know that Hasbro is doing a Magic the Gathering release set this coming month, all about The Hobbit.
Really?
So there's going to be a Magic the Gathering Hobbit set. This will be the second Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set that Wizard of the Coast has released in the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's right. I remember the first one. My son's into it, and he was pretty excited about it.
Yeah, some of the cards look good. A lot of people are excited about it, and Magic the Gathering being more fantasy, a lot of the fans of Magic the Gathering are looking forward to that set over the other fan. I think that releasing it just in time for this announcement of season 3 of Power of the Ring.
Now, I also heard that Simon Pegg is going to be in that season doing the voice of a Balrog.
Yeah, he Simon Pegg's supposed to be in it. I think that's one of the reasons why that they're announcing this season a little bit more than the other stuff is because they kind of got a bigger name to be in it. Maybe they're probably going to hope that having a bigger name might give it some better publicity than what it had in the past. It's something I think that they're looking into or wishing will be a thing for them.
Well,
I'm
I
assuming.
the scene with the Balrog is probably my favorite part of the entire Peter Jackson trilogy. So I do have to say my curiosity is piqued as to how they're going to do the Balrog. Because if I understand it correctly, they're not allowed to have anything in common with the Peter Jackson trilogy. Like this is its own thing. So they
Right.
can't reference it or anything. So that means they're going to have to come up with their own Balrog design.
Right, they're gonna have to come up with their own designs. Well, they had to with the Power of the Ring in the first season. They couldn't use the hobbitses, so they had to call them something else, like hairy feet or something.
Well, yeah, because
Um,
in Tolkien's notes, hobbits didn't even exist in Middle Earth at the time when Rings of Power takes place.
right. So there's like a lot of liberties they're going to be able to take for this. It's going to be airing November 11th on Amazon Prime. There is a trailer available, and like I said, I'll link the article in the description after the show, so people can see some of the stuff that they're talking about in this article. But pretty much, not only is he supposed to be the Galaron. Or the Balrog. Eddie Marison is supposed to be in there as well, and a few other actors. There's going to be Andrew Richardson as the future king of Gondor. They must be excited about it because they actually did a trailer for it that released to audiences at Comic-Con. So Blade Runner is one I'm actually wanting to watch. That's a Prime show that they announced at Comic Con. I liked the original Blade Runner. I watched it back in the day. It was one of the movies that I remember watching in junior high as on a VHS cassette. And I wasn't disappointed with the sequel that they did.
No, it was a beautiful movie to look at. I mean, Denis Villeneuve. How do you pronounce that guy's name? The guy that directed Dune. Denis Villeneuve or something like that. He does very like epic shots. He loves those beautiful cinematography. So I do definitely appreciate that about his work. And Blade Runner to me
Yeah.
has a very distinct visual style that I really hope they're able to carry over into the show.
Yeah, I hope that so far what I've seen of some of the trailer that I've seen on it so far, it looks like at least they'll do pretty good to staying close to the like the references in style and look as they did with Blade Runner 2045. Now I know that from what I've seen as well, Michelle Yeoh is going to be in it, and she looks like she's going to be doing a pretty good job. But then at the same time, as long as they don't cut too much out of their storyline that they give us, and as long as they don't take too much away, I think it'll turn out to be an okay story. It looks like it's going to be good though cinematically as a mini series. It'll be the first time we see Blade Runner as a mini series, but I think it'll work out. Like I said, the cinematics look right. The cars, the automotive, the flying cars look right. to me. And I kind of like the story where she's once again a law enforcement officer, just like we've seen in the past, that's trying to find the replicants and figure out who the replicants are. And apparently, in by this point in time in the future, according to what it looks like, they said in the breakdown, is that the replicants have taken over and humanity is kind of fallen. And so her job is to pretty much find out, just like we saw with Harrison Ford, got to find out who the replicants are. So I look forward to that. It's something that interests me. I want to see it.
I got a question
really
for you
do.
as far as things you want to see.
Yeah.
So they announced that Avengers Endgame is going to be re-released with new footage that leads up to Doomsday.
Yeah.
Now, after Endgame initially released, they did put it back in the theaters a few years later, and they said there was new footage in it. But I think it was like 3.5 seconds of just blink and you'll miss it type footage. So I was extremely disappointed in that. And I'm wondering if this.
Yeah, wasn't it like a second? Like it was like a little bit of blink and you'll miss it editing footage from the final battle, and it was also a second end credits scene.
Yeah, they shoved in an unfinished scene that was going to star Hulk, like at the beginning of the movie, showing that he had been Earth's mightiest hero during. But it was an unfinished scene that they just stuck on at the end. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, well, depending on what they do, I'm worried about when they add things as retcons. I'm not a big fan of retcons. One sentence can ruin like a whole lot. And as a comic book guy, and I spent a lot of time reading comic books and these movie people who I'm like, okay, the real canon is the movie. I don't care. You've been reading those comic books for 30, 40 years. In the comic books have been going on since the 60s or whatever, but as far as these people are concerned, they're real canons of movies. And I'm like, okay, if you want to say the real canons of movies, that's fine and dandy, but you make one sentence and you retcon in one sentence my entire life's worth of reading, it makes me mad. Because I spent so much time reading these comic books and what a lot of people consider beta canon, and I don't want to be told, well, you wasted your time reading this. That is now Elseworlds.
Well, the way I look at it is that the movies are the Elseworlds. I mean, all of these things are valid, but as long as you just think of them all as their own specific continuity. Like Smallville used to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Because they would deviate so far from any of the standard mythology. And I finally had to convince myself this isn't a Superman show the way you think of it. This is an Elseworld story where Clark Kent is a whiny teenager.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how I looked at Smallville as well. It was the Elseworlds version of like Superman if it was done in the style of the 1980s Superboy series, but turned into a 1990s, late 90s, early 2000s Superman.
Yeah, it was Superman by way of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. Dawson's Creek meets Superman, but with the storyline of Superboy, because like half of those episodes of Smallville were ripped off of Superboy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I swear up and down, I can go back to a lot of those episodes of Superboy back in the day and go, okay, they did this. They ended up redoing this in Smallville. They ended up redoing that in Smallville. But yeah, absolutely. Dawson's Creek is a very apt description of how Smallville was. But like I want to see them do something and like fix some of these end credits scenes and like and add certain things into it. If they can if they can do well and not retcon too much when they add a scene and they make it work, that's fine and dandy. Um Regarding cuz the build up to this movie, there was no build up. Having no build up to Doctor to Doom, having no build up to Doom, have no build up to certain other characters that they went into, and we had a huge build up for Kang, and then now they're not going to use Kang because of the reasons, and like a lot of people invested their time in the whole Kang storyline because of Ant-Man and the Loki show. I kind of want to make sure that when we go back and we sit down and we watch this, that they don't like retcon that out of existence, because they are going to have Loki in this whole in this new movie series. So because from what I understand, this trilogy that they're going to be doing, he's going to be part of. So, I'm just very concerned on how they're going to what they're going to change.
I just hope they end up pronouncing Namor's name correctly.
Oh, Namor instead of Namor.
Namor. Oh, that
Namor.
irks the crap out of me. I hate it when people mess with my canon.
Yeah. I really didn't really care. I've never been a Namor fan, Namor. Like I liked his character, like in certain incarnations, even in the comic books. But at the
He
same
works
time,
really well as a foil for Reed Richards.
yeah.
And as a supporting character, like in the Defenders, but a Namor-centric book, I hate.
Oh yeah, that was my thing. I didn't like the Namor centric. Like I couldn't. Yeah. Plus, they couldn't keep his art style down.
Yeah.
Like I liked him like original release, Defenders, like little Captain America side characters for like that whole World War II scenarios. What his sister, the blonde, was that his sister or was that his cousin?
I can't remember. Namorita.
Yeah, I liked her in the comic books, and then they the way they and
She was a new warrior, wasn't she?
yeah, she was in the New Warriors. Yeah, yeah. I liked her and her storyline. Like, kind of never really was a Namor fan. Just like I was never a Aquaman fan. And sorry, you just take him, go, walk away.
You're gonna hurt Momoa's feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason Momoa. Although now gets to play multiple characters in a single universe with him being Aquaman, and he gets to be Lobo. Yeah,
Which, let's all be honest, he should have been Lobo from the beginning.
In the first place. Yeah. Yeah. I only seen I haven't seen this the Supergirl movie, but I have seen the Lobo scenes, and that kind of excited me. I'd go watch it just for that.
Yeah, Lobo was definitely worth the price of admission in that movie. It was he did not disappoint.
Real quick, I'm gonna check on chat here. We got Phantom Outsider says I'm SMH. Black Panther 3 after Black Panther 2. That franchise gets Simpson meme. Stop hitting itself already. It's already dead. The whole woke housewives Wakanda not Namor.
Yeah, that's
So our
unpopular opinion. People are going to hate me for this,
yeah.
but I think they should have just recast T'Challa, and they should not have killed him
Yeah.
off because, and I know people are going to be sore about that because Chadwick Boseman, great, but these characters kind of supersede the actors that play them. I mean, we get new Batmans all the time, we get new Spider-Mans all the time, we get new James Bonds all the time, and I think that would have been a real sore spot. But I think that the second movie would have played a lot better if T'Challa had actually been there.
Right. And plus, me and you are more of the generation where we're used to recasting. Just recast and keep the storyline going. You know, nobody's going to care if it's a different actor. I'm tired of having okay, we're going to invent a new character because the actor died and we don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to, we're going to make a new character because we're trying to prove a political point, or we're going to go and do this, or we're going to do that, or heck, we're just going to reboot the character, or this is an alternate universe character. I'm tired of that. Just
Not to
keep the
mention the fact that
continuity
they
straight.
used Chadwick Boseman's death to actually promote the movie. It was
Right. That was kind of insensitive in my opinion. You know.
But the guy they've got, I wonder how much older or younger he is than Chadwick Boseman, because he doesn't, like Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, I took to be in like his early 30s. And this guy looks to be also in his early 30s, but it's
Yeah.
like 10 years later. So what T'Challa had him when he was in 10 years old.
Yeah,
It's
and
weird to me.
the age thing doesn't make any sense. The age thing does not make any sense whatsoever. Because like when you cut to the Black Panther not the deleted scene, but the bonus scene at the end, and she's there and she gets to meet his kid, and you're like, oh, T'Challa had a kid with that with the pretty much the missionary girl, you know.
And
You're
nobody's ever seen or heard from him in the entire time since.
right. And even then no, entire time since, and also nobody knew about it beforehand, even his own family. You're like, what? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Thank you. Chad McBoseman was 43 when he passed away in 2020.
Yeah, but I don't
So,
think T'Challa the character was that old. I could be wrong, but they
well,
seemed, all the Marvel actors seemed to be playing characters that were early to mid 30s to me.
right. Well, also think about like the time frame that those movies, because those movies almost were like back to back to back to back.
Yep.
You know, like so like time skipping like did those movies like between the time it took to film them, do they does the time like, okay, well, there was a gap in time between this movie and that movie. Half the time it just seems like they just continue on and continue on, like here's where it left off at, here's where we were last week, you know. So it doesn't like with the Marvel movies, it just seems like it just picks up from here, you know, unless it says otherwise. That's always been an issue. I always felt like you can watch them back to back to back to back, and it feels like they just continue on. You know, with the
Right.
ones that were like continuations of themselves were continued on, except for uh the uh well, you had the Gauntlet series, which they kind of tell you that a few years had passed, you know,
Yep.
for the Infinity, well, not they don't call it the Infinity Gauntlet in those movies, and you know, but you know what I mean. So they tell you
Yeah.
like a couple of years had passed, but at the same time, you kind of like, it just doesn't feel like when you're watching all these, like the entire series, like any time has passed between these different movies. And it kind of like, especially when they're building up over a few years time period to introduce all these characters and the build up to the Avengers, it just like they make you seem like it's like one after another. And only time that you do feel like a time difference between movies is if you're one of those people like I am, and you still include Agents of Shield before they go and do the time travel shenanigans as part of the MCU, like I do, because they do follow the all the movies like up to release.
Yeah, they have, and they even have characters drop in like Sif and Dum Dum Dugan.
Right, so like if you follow the Agents of Shield, then you can see where the time progression is in between the movies. And but even then, like, because you're watching Agents of Shield, that continues the storyline on through continuously, so you don't have to worry about it. The way I read my comic books, like we talked about the other day.
Yep.
Yeah, pick up issue number 47 of, and read the continuing story where you didn't have what's going on here. Yeah.
It's almost like the sorry bastards were trying to make you buy more comics.
I will buy more. Take my money. Phantom says, well, Smallville was more like Brine reboot. Off Man of Steel, as Clark did not get his powers till high school in Brine books. Did you read the Brine books?
The Prime books?
Brine, Bryne, says Smallville was more like Brine, the Brine
Burns'
reboot
Man of Steel.
of
Yes,
Man of
yes,
Steel.
yes, yes. Yes, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Oh, 100%. In fact, I even have the original floppies in my collection.
Oh, yeah, I didn't read too much of. I tried to stay away from a lot of the Superman. I read the Action Comics Superman, and I think the other one that kind of coincided with Action Comics Superman when I was a DC reader.
Yeah, the John Byrne wrote the definitive Superman origin post-Crisis. Like when they relaunched DC after Crisis, they did Man of Steel to give you Superman's status quo, and that became
was that New 52?
Nope, that was way back in the 80s, like after Crisis on Infinite
Oh,
Earths.
all right. Okay.
Yep, and that codified the whole, powers that didn't develop until later in life when he was a teenager. He was never Superboy. It also is the one that's also when they started limiting Superman's powers. During the Gold and Silver Age, Superman's powers were just whatever they felt like them being at the time. Like one time they wrote a comic where Superman could shoot tiny miniature clones of himself out of his fingers.
Yeah, that was what in the 70s, wasn't that, when they did something like that?
All through the 60s and 70s, they just made it up on the fly.
60s and 70s, they couldn't hold him down. Like they just gave him whatever the writer was thinking, that's what his power was. He was
and that's why in the Christopher Reeve movies he could do things like take the shield off his chest and throw it at Zod, or look at the Great Wall of China and rebuild it, because that's how Superman's powers worked back then, just whatever he needed to do. But it wasn't until post-Crisis when John Byrne wrote Man of Steel that Superman can fly, he's invulnerable, he's super strong, super breath, heat vision. That's it. And
I never understood. I like the whole. I got the references with the whole thing. I just okay, really? He kept kind of like a void prison on his chest the entire time. Did he know that he did that? He had that. How did he figure that out, that he had that there? It was what was I never could figure that out. that was just definitely one of those references to the 60s and 70s where he had every single power. What can we do that we haven't done already? We can't use laser vision yet. Once again, how many times is he gonna fly and turn back time? People are gonna think that's a little crazy, and you know, I think like the 60s and 70s, they wanted to write something and they didn't want to make a new character. You know, the whole creating a new franchise was just really hard, and they wanted to sell the same character over and over and over again and be easy that way. The easy way to keep a character franchise going is just have one character and not build a new one.
Oh yeah,
So obviously you add new powers.
yeah. Now, the biggest news to me that came out of Comic-Con this year was a casting announcement.
Oh yeah, Ghost Rider, right?
Yep.
Man,
Ryan Gosling,
I
fresh up. Look, man, I
Ryan
loved
Gosling.
Project Hail Mary. Loved it, and that's probably the huge success of that movie is probably why they cast him as Ghost Rider, because that was one of the biggest movies of the year, easily. It was certainly one of the best.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
I don't know.
liked him
I like
in
Ryan Gosling. I'm sorry, what?
I liked him in Blade Runner 2049. So the fact that he's going to be in as Ghost Rider in this, kind of one of the reasons why I'm slightly disappointed with the new Blade Runner series is because okay, he's going to be in this and not in Blade Runner. But I can see where they're going to go with that, and I'm interested in seeing him as Johnny Blaze. I always so I don't know. He's too pretty boy for me though to think of him as Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Johnny Blaze was always kind of rough and tumble in the books.
yeah, but we know he's not going to be other renditions of the Ghost Rider based off of the logo. They're going with the Midnight Suns aspect of Johnny Blaze.
I just hope that they kind of focus on the horror aspect of Ghost Rider for this one, because cinematically speaking, I think that's how he works best. Just make it a straight up monster movie with Ghost Rider as, you know, the Wolfman or Frankenstein's monster analog.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see that too. Plus, as long as they don't go and campy with it, I'd like to see that. There's you know, I'd like to see like a rehash of I eventually like to see like all these Midnight Suns characters return also like and done the right way. Let's eventually bring back Morbius done the right way, you know, no more Morbin time. Let's werewolf werewolf after midnight, you know, let's fix that. That was they kind of went in the wrong direction on that series with the man thing. I kind of want like the horror characters to be brought back, the Midnight Suns characters to be done appropriately. If we're gonna do if we're gonna be doing the Midnight Suns, which version of Johnny Blaze is he gonna be doing? Is he gonna be doing I mean, Ryan Gosling's too young to be like Johnny Blaze, who's old and losing his powers. So we're obviously not going with the Midnight Suns version of Johnny Blaze, even though that's the Midnight Suns logo for for Ghost Rider.
If they're going the Midnight Suns direction, do you think they're going to sneak Mahershala Ali as Blade in there?
Well, I hope they do get some version of Blade. You know, I mean, I want to see some version of Blade. I mean, it does not have to be like the Blade that we're familiar with, who they snuck into for fan reasons in the Deadpool Wolverine movies. But I would like to see Marshall Ali or just I'd like to see Blade. You know, I mean, done right though. We got to do it right. You know, we don't have to go with the movie versions. We can go back to the comic book versions. I don't care, you know, like in that case scenario, I'd actually be happier with a more comic book accurate. If we go with the Midnight Suns options, there's a lot of direction that we can go there, and a lot of good storyline too.
Yeah.
Plus, I'd like to see them be able to. If we do that, then it takes us back to the Darkhold, and I wasn't really too thrilled with what they did with the Darkhold storylines with the Doctor Strange and the Vision Wanda situation with her and Agatha Harkness, and I mean, like, bring back the Darkhold storyline, do it right.
Now I heard that the Darkhold will appear in Doomsday. Like that's how. Because in the trailer, didn't Doom stop Stormbreaker? I heard that he's going to have Darkhold magic, and that's how one of the ways he's going to pose a threat.
Well, we do know that there is a version of the Darkhold in every. It's not an anchor item, so there is a variant of the Darkhold in every universe. We learned that in Doctor Strange, so there's a possibility
and Doom comes from a different universe than the MCU.
Right. And so, like, being that it's a different universe, we can probably see his version of the Darkhold. Also, like if you believe the Doctor Strange aspect, the Darkhold was translated from the script that was on the walls of the building that they did that whole major fight scene in the Doctor Strange movie, where he turns into where he inhabits the body of the dead Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that like the option for fixing that whole situation is there. I would really like to see them go about that aspect. If they're going to be going about the whole Midnight Suns thing, and they're going to be going about doing Blade and a few other characters that they've teased already, whether or not it be Marshall Ali or we're going back to basics. I would like to see it. I think they can do good. I think, you know, I don't have like distrust in the Disney Marvel. I just want them to make good decisions. Like, they can make a good movie. Don't just throw nostalgia at me.
Yeah,
give me a good.
And I gotta say, nothing post, with the exception of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, I have not cared for very much that they've released post Endgame.
Yeah, it's not my taste, as long as they don't mess things up too much. Like I said, don't throw too much animation at me. Don't throw nostalgia at me, because as soon as I see like extra animation and nostalgia, what are you hiding? Are you hiding a poor storyline? Are you hiding like okay, and don't throw politics at me either. You know, just give me a good storyline. We have a lot of good stories that's been written for 60 plus years.
Exactly.
Storyboard for 60
we
plus
just need
years.
a solid story and a faithfully adapted character. Those are the two most important ingredients.
Right. Yeah.
And when I say faithfully adapted, I don't mean like get their costume comic book accurate. I mean just the spirit of the character needs to be present.
I agree. FKHC pops into the chat, says hail.
And hail back at you.
But yeah, I completely agree. And looking back over here at chat again, regarding the Darkhold, I think this he's saying, look at the wall. Wall repair was done because they couldn't afford to show him. Oh, am I looking at? Am I? I don't know if that's about the Darkhold situation, and I wasn't paying attention to when that came up. But anyhow, I could be wrong. Uh, but anyhow, um, I'm assuming that's because of the Darkhold, because um, in the Doctor Strange thing, the Darkhold was written on the wall, so I could be have gotten to the chat at the wrong time. But anyhow, so anyhow, so yeah, so you think Ryan Gosling will be a good Johnny Blaze, or a version of Johnny Blaze that'll? I mean, he's a good actor. I liked him in a lot of things.
Yeah, he's got that kind of smarmy Treat Williams kind of charm that can play well with those characters. I've never seen him in anything like horror centric, so I'm not really sure. Like his character, what was that movie he did where he was a driver? Like he was like a transporter. Oh, it was called Drive.
Drive, yeah.
Where he had the yellow scorpion jacket. You know, so he can do like serious, like gritty characters like that.
Well, he's taken part in a couple of video game movies. He's taken part in a few sci-fi movies, a few action movies.
The Barbie movie.
I think the Barbie movie, which is my belief on why he's doing this Marvel movie is because Disney and Marvel have contracts with Mattel. Barbie's a Mattel product. That could be a thing. I don't know. I'm reaching for that.
Oh, he's also going to be. Shit, I'm real sorry about that. He's also going to be in the next Star Wars movie.
He's also going to be in the next Star Wars movie.
Yeah, something about Starfighter or some Star Pilot, Rogue Squadron.
Star Wars Starfighter, which is currently in post production. From what I only heard very little about it. Like it's in post production, and they really haven't said much.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen footage or trailers or anything. All I've seen is one promotional image of him in like an X-Wing uniform on a raft or something. And that's the only thing I've seen from it.
I'll look up some information about it. Maybe next week on next week's show, I'll have some info about it, or maybe some more might come out. After all, there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't even gone through regarding a lot of the stuff that people have been talking about from ComicCon. One of the I think we covered all the good stuff, though, all the comic book related stuff, and even the stuff that weren't comic book related. Is there anything that you think that that you would have expected from the Comic-Con releases that didn't come out, or that you wanted to see come out that that we didn't see? Like,
honestly, I didn't hear much of anything come out of DC.
Yeah, DC did do another trailer for Lanterns,
which I'm going to give that
show
a chance.
They did some reshoots,
but holy crap, I don't have a lot of faith.
Yeah, well, it's based in the same universe as this new Supergirl Superman movie. The only good thing about it that I'm going to be looking forward to is we're going to be coming back to Guy Gardner, one of my more favorite of the Green Lanterns.
Yeah. When he's written well, he is a very fun character.
Yeah, I like Guy Gardner. I like, plus also the actor that they have got the homework right when he played him in Superman.
Oh,
so
Nathan Fillion.
You know, Nathan Fillion. He got the homework right. You know, that's Guy Gardner. I wish they would have went more with the torn off sleeves denim
His classic uniform,
jacket,
yeah.
you know, but hey, you know, maybe we'll eventually get him as Yellow Lantern here in the future when he gets his yellow ring.
That's true, because
And
Sinestro is
I'd look for,
canon now in that show.
yeah.
And
we called that when we talked about that a couple weeks ago, I think, that Sinestro was going to be in it.
Yep.
And that's now it's in the trailer that they released at Comic-Con. Yeah, I definitely want to see it. I'm going to give it a chance. I have my doubts, but I'm just going to watch it for Guy Gardner.
Yep.
And Bruce Timm's Batman the Caped Crusader season 2 was teased as well.
I couldn't get past Cabaret Penguin in the first episode. I don't know. I was expecting something different than what we got.
I am going to be binge watching that series or at least attempting to binge watch it over the next couple of days. From what I understand, it is available for free on YouTube right now. So I'm going to watch it on YouTube and see if I can get through that series.
I'm interested in what you think.
I've heard good things and I've had bad things.
Yeah. Same here.
I heard that they made pretty much everybody in the Gotham PD. They've kind of made them kind of like corrupt cops.
Well, that's always been, well, not always, but post-crisis, it was always kind of understood that the GCPD was very corrupt, and that's why Jim Gordon and Batman worked so close together, because they were the only two they trusted. And it took a long time for the GCPD to be portrayed as, you know, kind of an upright police force in DC.
They kind of touch on that quite often in the movies as well, where like there's always somebody in there who's working for whatever mob boss is running Gotham at the time.
Exactly. In fact, both the Michael Keaton and Christian Bale movies, in the Christian Bale movies, they had Detective Flass. He was the one that was working for the mob. And then in I can't remember the actor's name, but he's the guy that played Porkins in Star Wars. He was the corrupt cop in the Michael Keaton movie.
Oh, poor Porkins.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Eckhart,
yes. Think about the future.
Yeah. Phantom says, if Marvel were smart or clever, they'd introduce the Beyonder in Secret Wars. I know. That's what I want to, you know, that's what I'd like to see, the Beyonder. We were talking about that last week. I would like to see the Beyonder. It doesn't look like he's gonna be there. And if they were clever, Keanu Reeves as the Neonder. Didn't Keanu Reeves already play the God Killer?
No, that was
wasn't that Keanu?
That was Christian Bale.
Oh, that was Christian Bale. That's right.
You're talking about the last Thor movie,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Christian Bale.
That's right, Christian Bale. That's right.
You know, it's a pity because
that
there was
movie
the
was
seed of a really good movie in Love and Thunder. But that movie just went so far off the rails.
Yeah, I completely almost forgot about that movie. I forgot about that one for a minute. But yeah, I'd like to see the Beyonder as well.
Especially if he's played by Keanu Reeves. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Plus, who doesn't like Keanu Reeves? You gotta love Keanu Reeves and everything he does.
Old John Wick.
Yeah, I agree that we all know that they're not exactly smart nor clever. Indeed. Well, we can hope that they find some way to do it. After all, it's supposed to be a trilogy, from what I understand. 3 movies are in this series. They're going to do 3 movies, from what I understand.
I'm not sure specifically. 2 are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head.
And Phantom wants us to know. Oh wait, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, once again. Boom. That's weird. All right. So Phantom says, okay, why does that keep popping up? Oh, that's because I hit the wrong one. So yeah, he says if you use Keanu as Beyonder and get Nathan Fillion to be the Silver Surfer. Oh, well, hold on. That might. I could probably do that. You know, I like the Silver Surfer. I'm trying to think if I can see him as a Silver Surfer.
I think he might have aged out of that particular part.
Mm. Well, a lot of CG. I'm thinking more in the lines of the voice itself. You know, him thinking in his head, like that. Silver Surfer's internal monologue is what I liked about Silver Surfer.
That's true. He's got that kind of melancholy wanderer spirit that Malcolm Reynolds kind of had, that Nathan Fillion played on Firefly.
Yeah. If we have like, if we're talking like as just the voice, and we have like a different like body actor maybe to do Surfer, just for the CG, or even however they plan on doing that, then I could do that.
Yep, 100%.
He also suggests Keanu as a Silver Surfer. I'd probably do Keanu as a Silver Surfer.
He definitely has
You
that
know, I
surfer,
mean, I've seen
that Cali surfer voice.
we've seen Keanu Reeves as a surfer in a movie, a cop movie.
That's true.
Yeah. Mark Strong as the Beyonder. That would be I can see Mark Strong as the Beyonder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He says that they weren't necessarily corrupt, the Gotham PD, but in Batman 66, they were definitely not very competent. Agreed.
Yeah, they had a pudgy actor in spandex running circles around them.
Oh, yeah. So we have he's offering his suggestions for future Guardians with well, isn't Nathan Fillion he could I know that he's already in the Marvel universe as like as a gag guard for because they did in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Didn't they have him on? No, that wasn't Nathan
Well,
Fillion.
no,
was
they
it?
yeah,
Wasn't
he
on
was one of the guards on the planet
Yeah,
they broke
yeah.
into. But Nathan Fillion, from what I
there?
understand,
Yes.
he's friends with James Gunn, and he's actually had small blink and miss it cameos in all 3 Guardians movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's played different characters. I think one of them was also a Nova Corps guy.
Yeah, and in the first Guardians, the big blue alien in the prison that was going to make Quill his bitch, I think Fillion voiced that character.
I'm gonna have to rewatch all the so much content in the Marvel stuff. I'm gonna have to just go back and do a rewatch.
I know there's something like 30 feature films in the MCU right now. It's an insane number of interconnected films.
Hey, you know what? At least we have an interconnected universe. While it's cohesive is a different topic, but at least we have a interconnected universe. So it's pretty much all we got, like, really for the stuff. We know that we're going to be getting quite a few movies coming out. A couple of them having to do with comic book stuff, but less comic booky, introduced through ComicCon, and more movie related and actually more Amazon Prime related, less movie related than you'd expect. And we have quite a bit of comic books that allegedly that are going to be, from what I understand, like now 5 titles are now have been announced to go over to webtoons from Marvel, and DC has announced a couple of titles that are going to go to webtoons. So we're going to be looking at another conversation here in the next month or two on whether or not webtoons is going to be a viable source for our comic books. And Phantom says 30 films, but 20 are good ones. We'll just ignore 10 of those. And is that including TV shows too?
No, I don't think that includes the Disney Plus stuff. I think that's just the feature films.
Just the feature films.
I'll have to actually do Plus. I'll have to do a count now that we got Spider-Man coming out this month and see, specifically where we're at for the Marvel films. But it's got to be at least 30.
Yeah. Got to be at least 30. It's a lot of content, a lot of watch hours, especially if you're going to want to include the TV stuff. And you do include, if you do, and you're like me, and you at least include the first, 3 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before they do the time travel shenanigans, which means, sorry, Quake, you're not included. I liked Quake, but if the time travel shenanigans is where we have to pull Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. out of the mix.
Yeah. That was their jump the shark season.
Yeah. Unless they figure out a way to fix that. And I was kind of hoping that like the Nick Fury show, when I was hopeful that they'd be able to fix like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. situation, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Dear Marvel, listen to my plea. Fix it. Just one sentence retcons everything. This will be an excuse for me to accept a 1-sentence retcon for everything. And somehow it's normal. Anyhow. So you have anything you want to let everybody know about? Anything coming up for you?
Go on Amazon Prime and watch Masters of the Universe.
You have
that
the power.
movie failed at the theaters and it's going gangbusters on streaming. I loved it and I want a sequel.
Hey, I think they did get like a contract for like a 3-movie contract. So I mean, they're going to be doing a She-Ra. Why not? I'd watch it. I'd keep watching it. Looks good to me. One sentence retcon. It was all a dream. If somehow they could do
Palpatine returned.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Just a 1 second retcon. That's all we need to fix. It was all a dream. It worked for what was that TV series back in the 70s?
Dallas.
Bob Newhart. Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was all a dream. It works. We can retcon the Marvel Universe with 1 sentence. You were there, and you were there. And I don't know who you are, but you were there too. Scooby-Doo ending. Give me something. Fix it. Dear Marvel. One thing that we will be fixing, ladies and gentlemen, is my schedule, as I will be very busy this month. We got my subathon going on where we're going to be doing Theta of Nerd Archaeology's birthday on August 24th, community game nights almost every Monday. We are going to be here as usual every Tuesday, me and Dollar Bin Dan, talking about whatever is on our mind, usually things that's popped up in pop culture or comic cons or our own comic book collection if we found a good pull. So look forward to us talking about those on Tuesdays. Don't forget Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Hang out with us on YouTube with Nerd Archaeology, Theta of the Grid, Theta of Nerd Archaeology. And on Thursdays, we are talking about Magic the Gathering with Mr. DJ Longhair on his channel. This week's show, we're going to be going a little bit further into the Hobbit Magic the Gathering release, and we're also probably going to be talking a little bit more about the Magic the Gathering release for Star Trek as well. All month long, I will be doing, starting on the 1st, I will be doing a Minecraft challenge series where I beat Minecraft in my own world. We're going to go into a brand new world and we're going to start a hardcore world and we're going to do it all over again and beat it in hardcore. Hopefully I don't die, because then I'll have to start all over again. And then if we manage to succeed that, we're going to do it a third time, and it will be a hardcore world once again, but of a solitary biome of your choice. Maybe it's the desert, maybe it's in the harsh snowy lands of Minecraft. Don't forget also, between our shows all August long, I will be doing Backstage with Cowboy Dan. And on Backstage with Cowboy Dan, what we're going to do is just backstage conversations while I make up some thumbnails or do some research for my next show. And you'll be able to ask me anything, talk to me about anything, and most likely I'll answer as long as it's appropriate. We're going to be getting a few of our friends together for some Suno showdowns where we're going to be making music using each other's AIs and see whose AI makes the best music. 3 challenges, 3 songs, and multiple of my friends will be joining me for that. It's going to be great. And don't forget SOS. We're sending out SOS Save the Show. Cowboys and Kings really needs your help to get our regular Friday night show with King Style back up on the air. We need to get King a microphone. So if anybody wants to donate towards getting King Style a new microphone, that'd be great. We got to get our Fridays back up and running because we have quite a few topics planned for Friday nights, and we'd like to get to those. We'll be doing a Save Our Show marathon as well on August the 1st and see if we can get that going. And hopefully, if all works out well, I'm going to be introducing a lunch hour talk show where it's kind of like this show, but it'll be on a different topic. I'll let you know who the co-host is going to be here midway through the month of August. So look forward to that. Thank you for joining me here. And I had a lot of fun. Dan, thank you for hanging out with me once again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, always a good time.
And Phantom wanted to let us know the finale of Newhart was a nod to the 70s Bob Newhart show. Yeah, that was what I was thinking of. It was all a dream from the Bob Newhart show. Exactly what I was thinking about. And my buddy wants us to know that the Deadly Dan duo shall strike again. The Deadly Dan duo.
That's right. Like a bad penny.
If we have an artist in the chat, I would like a bad penny. If we have any artists in chat or watching later, if you can draw a picture of me and Dan, the Deadly Dan duo, any fan art will be shown on our show. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Dan, have a good night. Be safe, or good day, good morning, whatever time of the world that you live on. Y'all be safe.
Welcome, travelers.
And
the coffee's hot. The signal is coming through. It's time for morning dive and a coffee. Woo! Wake up screaming through the morning haze. Sun's coming up on the old highway. Chrome shining bright on a brand new day. Pull into the diner, take a seat inside. Coffee on the table, join us for the ride. Caffeinated frequencies, it's just right. Neon signs glowing in the morning sun. Another day starting, another adventure's begun. There's a cowboy broadcasting from far away with 1,000-year story to tell today. Cowboy dance signal crosses the line from the year 3020 back through time. A head in a jar with a dream to share. Sending stories through the digital air. Morning dive and a coffee. Pull up a chair and spend some time. Morning dive and a coffee. Pour another cup, let the conversation roll. Old memories, new stories, and a curious soul. From the open road to the edge of the sky, we're taking the dive, so come along for the ride. Morning dive and a coffee. Fuel the machine and ignite the day. Morning dive and a coffee. Around the corner comes the morning's crew. Familiar faces with a story or two. Dollar bin Dan's got treasures to share. Comic book memories floating through the air. Flipping through pages, chasing the past. Finding old heroes that forever last. From classic adventures and legends untold to the stories that made us brave and bold. Around this Route 66 diner table we meet with coffee, laughter, and a front row seat. No map required, no road signs needed. Just follow the stories wherever they're leading. From the cartoon realm where the impossible lives, to the future where the signal still gives. A little bit cowboy, a little bit strange. 1,000 years later, some things never change. The wheels keep turning, the radio plays. We're chasing memories through the highways. Morning dive and a coffee. Pull up a chair and spend some time. Morning dive and a coffee. Coffee cups shaking, the jukebox sings. Talking about heroes and forgotten things. Through every story, every laugh, every mile, the morning keeps rolling with a classic style. Morning dive and a coffee. Join the ride and stay a while. Morning dive and a coffee. The coffee is hot. This is morning dive and a coffee.